Hey, how you doing? I told Light Hunter I'd put this on here for her and show her what I was talking about the other day. But anyway, there you go. That's Chuck Yeager's autograph in my logbook back when I was taking some flight lessons. But anyway, we'll get to the main video here. I find this extremely interesting. This is the North Pole of Saturn, and you see that hexagram there on the top and all the anomalies on the inside of it, all these swirls and all that. This is huge, absolutely huge, and it's beyond my imagination how they can maintain its configuration like that after all these years. But it's been there for quite a while, and it's still there. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because this particular orb that I photographed here and filmed has got that same hexagonal configuration to it. This is a reverse color image, negative image of the infrared video. But I find that interesting. I don't know where these things come from. They got to come from somewhere. But anyway, let me show you something else here. See that image right there? That object? Now look at it. It's completely invisible. And the reason I think this is extremely important is because this is infrared, which means you cannot see this thing in the first place with your naked eye, let alone on infrared. It goes completely invisible, which means it's moving up to the microwave level, which to me indicates or gives a possible reason for some people to come in contact with these things, or flying saucers, if you will, get what appear to be radiation burns on them. So if this thing is going from 600 nanometers, which you'll see in the photographs shows up as yellow, to 750 nanometers, which is red. So it's going back and forth between those two colors there, and then it's becoming completely invisible, which to infrared. So it is going through a variation of frequencies here, and I find that extremely intriguing. Not to mention the fact that this thing has got some anti-gravitic properties to it. And so anyway, I was going to reduce the length of this video here, but I decided to let it go full length simply for the fact that I've only got about maybe 12 more videos that I took when I was living down there in that hot spot. So I thought, instead of trimming this down and just showing you a portion of it, I just let you see the whole thing. I just find this stuff fascinating. But like I said, it just amazes me that, like I said, this is infrared and you can't see it to start with, and then it goes invisible to infrared too. So how this thing is able to do that is beyond my imagination. And getting back to Light Hunter there, she's got orbs like this that show up where she lives, and she's clear over across the pond in Finland. So I mean, you get a chance, check out some of her videos. They're pretty good. And then there's another guy I know over there that's in Spain. He's got some pretty good videos, and another guy that lives in Poland. So these things are being seen all over the world. Another guy down in Australia. So it's I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's just the technology that we have now that enables us to see these things now, but they're definitely worldwide. There's no doubt about that. So for any of you that have, left comments or subscribed to the channel over the years, I certainly do appreciate it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep doing this, but I do appreciate the support that you've given, like I said, over the years here in the past. But this came by about an hour after the last video that I posted on the same night. It was an hour later, and it was going in the opposite direction. As you can see, the thing is ascending the whole time. So I mean, it's not a hot air balloon, obviously, because it wouldn't be flashing like that. But I've got photographs to show you here, and they'll show you what I'm talking about with the vibration changes here, or the frequency changes. The only colors that are in this in the photographs are yellow and red, and they're right next to each other on the nanometer scale here. And yellow is about 600 nanometers, and red is about 750 nanometers, and then it goes infrared, and then it goes completely invisible. So it's getting into the radar and microwave frequencies when it does that. So were this to be an airplane or a FAA regulated aircraft of any kind, there would be a constant red on the left wingtip here, and there just isn't one. So this is not an airplane or a helicopter of any kind. What it is, I'm not exactly sure, of course, but it's there nonetheless. And like I said, I've only got about maybe 12 more of these videos to show you that I took from down there in that area where I lived at. I'm not doing any photography up around here. I don't feel like there's even anything out there. I can't explain that, but I just don't think there's anything out there to go out and photograph. So been doing other stuff. But anyway, I'll show you some pictures here in just a moment or two here. But you can see the light, sort of scrolling through the inside and across the surface of whatever this thing is. It's kind of random in its lighting. But anyway, it was going too far to the left there for me to be able to keep photographing it. So here's what you can see what I was talking about. Here is that yellow, and then here is nothing that the camera is picking up, and then the red. Now this is a 1 second photograph, so during that time period it's going, off and on. Of course, these are kind of jumbly photographs because it was moving, and instead of using a timer on it, I was taking the pictures by hand. Now this blue right here, I think is just possibly a lens flare of some kind. So like I said, this yellow is 600 nanometers, and this is 750 nanometers, and this is when it goes off completely out of the visual range of the camera. So whatever this object is, I'm not sure. There's a really good example of what I'm talking about. You can see the 750 nanometers, and then it goes out of visual range, and then it flashes back on again. So I don't know, I thought that was kind of intriguing when I put those two pieces of the puzzle together there, what this thing was actually doing. And again, there's some lens flare there, I believe, but why these things exist or what they could possibly be, I'm not sure at all. I mean, they could be some kind of biomechanical objects that just have always lived around here, and we're just now, becoming aware of them because of the technology that we have to photograph these things. So, well, let me back up on that one. That was a pretty good example. I don't know how to do this stuff very well. Let me see here. There we go. There's a prime example of what I'm talking about there. You can see it go through the various frequencies as it's going along, and that's a pretty wild looking one there. But anyway, that's about all I got for right now, so I'll get back to you later on when I can, and I appreciate you having a look at the video. And like I said, go over and check out some those other people that I know that have got some orb videos and such stuff as that. And I'll talk to you again sometime when I get the chance, I hope. So you take care out there. Appreciate it.